Hello, everybody. This is your host, Dr. Angelika Christie. Welcome to my show, Your Radiant Life After 45. It's a show for women who want more from life, who are not done living yet. And we talk about health and fitness and nutrition and relationships and purpose and spirituality and so much more. Today I'm going out a little bit out on the limb because I'm going to talk about extraterrestrials and our galactic family. So here is the concept. I want to begin with a little bit what the galactic family is all about, explaining it as a theory that suggests humans have been in contact with beings from other star systems, like the Pleiadians for millennia. That means we have a shared cosmic heritage. There are the Sirians, there are so many more. We come from the stars and from other systems, and we have a shared heritage. There is historical evidence of extraterrestrial contact. The ancient carved drawings have been discovered around the world, and they depict humanoid figures that resemble modern descriptions of extraterrestrial beings. For instance, the Wandjina petroglyphs in Australia, which are said to resemble beings wearing spacesuits. The Nazca lines, have you seen photos of the geoglyphs etched in the Peruvian mountains and the desert? They are only visible from the air, suggesting a connection to beings with the ability to fly or being in spaceships. Theories suggest these lines in Peru, and I think in other countries as well, they're served as markers or communication methods with celestial visitors. And then, of course, there are the ancient texts and the myths. Are you familiar with the texts like the Vedas from India, which describe Vimananyas, or however you want to pronounce it, Vimanas, or flying chariots, and stories of the Anunnaki from Sumerian mythology, who are said to have come from the stars to teach and guide humanity. There's even scientific proof that our human DNA was altered, meaning that a part of our DNA was replaced with non-human DNA, which upgraded our intelligence and therefore speeding up our evolution, such as the relatively rapid development of the human brain and the appearance of the FOXP2 gene, which is linked to language ability. Some theorists speculate these could be the result of genetic intervention by extraterrestrial beings. For this, you can research one of my favorite teacher and mentor, Greg Braden. He speaks about this and so much more. Greg is with 2G and then Braden, B-R-A-D-E-N. But many cultural narratives across various cultures speak of the stars as our original place, the beginning, and that beings from there have come from millennia to guide human evolution, possibly hinting at a more profound connection or intervention on our genetic level, which means the altering and upgrading of our DNA. More recently, of course, we become aware of more modern UFO sightings. And they were recently acknowledged by governments, such as the Pentagon's release of UFO videos, which has spurred increased interest and legitimacy in the study of unidentified flying objects. I think we are we are behind what the ancients, in ancient times, what we knew. Because do not be fooled. This acknowledgement of governments is not pure or sincere, but should be seen as a strengthening of your attachment from their side, to strengthen your attachment to what governments and so-called authorities want you to believe. And that you also believe the misinformation that will keep you in fear and bondage to their manipulation. So you stay enslaved in the status quo and their systems of control. You may or may not agree with me on that. But testimonies and aerial phenomena try to make us feel that credible witnesses, such as pilots and astronauts who have reported encounters with aircrafts exhibiting technologies far beyond human capabilities, is really all that we need to know. And these sightings often come when a call for much more research and dialogue about the origins of these so-called UFOs need to be done. More need to be discovered and researched. Yet they do not really want you to know anything beyond what they use as a bait to keep you believe in them, rather than follow your own research and go within what you feel and know is the truth. There are various methods people use to attempt communication or contact with extraterrestrial beings, from meditation and channeling to CE5, which is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. There are protocols designed to initiate contact through conscious, peaceful, and cooperative method. I remember I was, young then, many decades ago, the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You may remember that movie too. Today we are a little bit further ahead, and I think there will be a documentary released in June about the fifth kind. But anyway, contact or communication with beings from other worlds should always be focused on the themes of love, of guidance, and of unity. And regardless of your belief in extraterrestrial beings or not, the concept of a galactic family encourages a sense of universal connection and also responsibilities. And it really invites us, and I invite you, to see beyond our differences and work together for the betterment of humanity and our planet. And then believe that visitors from other star constellations are coming, especially now more than before, because we are in such dire need of choosing the light and not the darkness, so we can evolve rather than keep prison or fall back into the darkness, the dark ages. But anyway, I encourage you to explore these topics further with an open mind and curiosity, critical thinking, but the willingness to consider the vast possibilities of our shared universe and all the universes that you and I and everybody is part of. If you are at all inspired or curious about exploring your galactic family and create a cosmic connection and explore our shared heritage with other beings of our vast universe, then your curiosity about the mysteries that surround us could expand your capacity to know yourself better and possibly create avenues to experience the awesome beauty and power of glimpsing into a higher dimension of reality. What about that? Isn't that exciting? It may or may not be exciting to you, and that's okay. But the most important thing of all is that you are grounded whenever you go on these trying to find out more about this, and filled with positive energy and love. And know that you are always protected in this shield of pure and radiant light that is your God-given essence of your truth, your immortal self, that is connected to all there is in the universe. Here is something that you can look up and see if you are attracted to and learn more about. And it is called what I mentioned before, the CE-5, the Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. There are protocols that refer to a set of techniques used for initiating contact with extraterrestrial beings in a peaceful and conscious manner. And this concept was very made popular by Dr. Stephen Greer, who founded the Center of Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, CSETI. CE5 stands for the fifth category of close encounters in the scale of human-alien interactions, which specifically denotes human-initiated contact. And there are groups all around the world that follow certain protocols and have amazing results in this connection and calling forth and being really connected with other dimensions. So here's a little bit of an overview of the CE5 protocols, which is the human-initiated contact, not just waiting for something to happen, but going into a conscious state of mind and intent from which you can connect and ask for a connection to occur, which is the direct communication with extraterrestrial intelligence through conscious, voluntary, and proactive effort. Okay, so the purpose and main goal is to establish peaceful and constructive communication with extraterrestrial beings. So advocates of CE5 often emphasize the importance of approaching these encounters with the mindset of peace, benevolence. Sometimes my German and English get really a little bit mixed up. Benevolence and a desire for mutual understanding. So there is a mental and a physical preparation that you can do. So participants often engage in meditation to clear the mind and create a positive, welcoming mental state. And this preparation also involves grounding exercises to enhance the focus of being grounded to Mother Earth and become still, tranquil, and focused. Sometimes it is more fun and even better to do this in groups rather than trying this on your own. As collective focus, intention is believed to be even more powerful. And group sessions typically involve discussions and synchronizations of intentions. And we all know that when we come together in groups for a particular purpose, the energy is amplified, absolutely amplified. Do you believe that? I know it, and you may know it as well. So we go in meditation and thought projection. Let me just hold on 1 second, just see something. Okay. I think My light was a little low, so I think I just corrected that, hopefully. Okay, so meditation and thought projection. The thought projection is really a coherent thought sequencing. And this technique involves projecting a sequence of peaceful, welcoming thoughts. Makes sense, right? It's believed these can be telepathically received by extraterrestrial beings. And so very often, for example, when I speak to my brothers and sisters of the Pleiades, I stopped looking into the sky. I go within, because the connection is always from the inner to the outer, telepathically. Yes? I know it's beautiful to look out, especially in the sky, in the starry skies, and become a little homesick, so to speak. But guided meditations, there is often a focus on visualization and of the peaceful interaction, and inviting extraterrestrial intelligence to make contact with us. So if you want to get started with the CE5 extraterrestrial, connection of the first kind, of the fifth kind, encounters of the fifth kind rather than the third kind, and you want to get more information, look for the educational materials of Dr. Stephen Greer. That is Dr. Stephen, and Greer is Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer's, his material, such as documentaries, books, and apps, and provide extensive information on how to practice these protocols. He is an extraordinary scientist, an extraordinary man. And just, if you don't know of him, just check him out and see if you resonate with him and his teachings. He gives workshops, and he leads groups. And you could even see if you have a local or an online CE5 group that can provide support and guidance from experienced practitioners. And then, of course, there are workshops and often hands-on training. So, but everything that accounts to something important and really changing and forward, pulling us forward rather than throwing us backwards, is a regular practice. So get yourself familiar with this, and increase the familiarity with practices and how to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of your efforts, right? The CE protocols provide a structured approach, and a structured approach is very often what we need, so that we can stay focused and don't get lost, because we so often get pulled out of a focused intent to find out and research and jump to something else. Yeah? So those protocols are there to provide a structured approach for those that are interested in actively seeking contact with extraterrestrial beings, which are our family, our galactic family. And we emphasize the peaceful intentions and the belief in a universal connection among sentient beings, all sentient beings. The reports of successful CE5 encounters vary widely, with individuals and groups claiming various degrees of contact, ranging from sightings to unexpected aerial phenomena to more direct communication experiences. These reports are largely anecdotal and come from participants, of course, and initiatives from around the world. The most common type of visuals are the visual sightings of unexplained lights, objects, or crafts in the sky. And these are often described as moving in patterns or speeds that don't correspond with conventional aircrafts or known natural phenomena. Some individuals report more profound experiences, such as feeling the presence, experiencing telepathic communication, or having visions related to extraterrestrial beings. And these experiences are deeply personal and subjective, and often framed in the context of heightened states of consciousness, which is usually induced to meditation. And there are fewer claims regarding physical evidence of contact, such as photographs, videos of UFOs. While there is a wealth of such media claimed to depict extraterrestrial crafts, they are often subject to scrutiny and skepticism regarding their authenticity and provenance. So, if you are interested in that, please check it out. There are global CE5 events where groups around the world simultaneously engage in the CE5 protocols. And participants often share their experiences online, reporting sightings and encounters on specific dates, which they attribute to the coordinated efforts of the global CE5 community. It is important to note that while there are many enthusiastic reports of contacts, the CE5 protocol and its outcomes are met with skepticism outside the communities of believers. Of course they are. Mainstream science demands rigorous, reproducible evidence about validating such claims of extraterrestrial contact. Thus, the subjective and anecdotal nature of those encounters makes them challenging to study and validate a traditional scientific framework in this traditional way. So further research is needed. And for those interested in exploring these phenomena, review documentaries and books by proponents like Dr. Stephen Greer. Engage with local or online groups that practice CE5 to gain first-hand experience and hear directly from those participants. And engage with both supporting and skeptical analysis of CE5 methods and reports to develop a well-rounded understanding of the phenomenon and how it resonates with your heart and your intuition. Don't be afraid to delve into these narratives that offer an interesting glimpse into human experiences and perceptions regarding extraterrestrial life and our desire for cosmic connection. Do you feel it? Do you feel a longing, even an inner knowing that your life on Earth is limited to the dense dimensional reality you experience now? After all, we live in a time of tremendous upheaval and change. And this year, 2024, has been foretold to bring out or bring into the light the atrocities of powerful organizations who are trying to keep the status quo and keep us enslaved to their worldview and archaic systems of control and dominance. All of this needs to change. You can imagine that they, the low-frequency, three-dimensional powers that still have the grip on our world and want to keep it that way, will do everything to prevent extraterrestrial technologies come to us, or the beings that can teach us so that they can be used to the benefits of all humankind. Why? Because it would make the need for drilling oil or gas or extracting anything from our precious Mother Earth to fuel our modern world obsolete. As a matter of fact, energy would and will be free to use for all of us. There is so much more to say about this, but I want to end this episode. I want to end it with the plea for our sovereignty. we all need to be very skeptical when we hear negative sayings about our galactic brothers and sisters, because it is mostly manipulation to keep us in fear and therefore obedient to the rules of those who want to stay in power no matter what. And I believe that right now, the two worlds, the old, dark, three-dimensional world of power, control, greed, money, is fighting so hard against the light, the beings of light. You are here, and when you listen to me, you are of the light. You are a light worker. And so the light and the darkness are in some war and fights right now. The darkness, their desire is not for our freedom, but for staying enslaved to the archaic system that ruled the world for much too long. So get informed, and not on social media, but in searching for the credible and even sacred sources that are guarded by beings of the light. And then go within, surround yourself with total love, and know that you are love, and ask for the protection from your highest guides, masters, and teachers from a plane of illuminated truth and wisdom. So I leave you with surrounding you with my love and light. Still a three-dimensional being, but moving into the fourth and fifth dimension. Yes, you heard that right. And so can you. And we will maybe talk more about this, how to do this in other episodes. But I leave you with surrounding you with my love and my light. And my light is not of the three dimensions. And I welcome you to join us, your soul sisters, in creating the world we are destined to create and to live in and to thrive in. Not only the few, but all of us. So, thank you so much for giving me the honor of your time and your attention. And I love you so much. Always. And please become more aware of those parts of you that want to evolve, that want to know more. And don't look at what's going on in the news. Turn the news channels off. And if you must know, then only send it love. Do not get pulled and triggered into negativity. What is so important at this time right now is being positive, filling yourself with who you are. You are light, you are love. Stepping into the world and into every day and meeting every situation with love. And asking yourself, how would love deal with this? Yes? Bless all, even those that you believe are not lovable. Bless everything, because like that, your whole being will radiate more light, and that light is needed. It has an effect on all of us and the world. So, with those little last thoughts, some golden nuggets, I leave you, and I cannot wait to be with you again. All right? So for now, I say goodbye until we meet.